Have you come across the term handicap while betting? Or you are the type that is confused with how it is represented on betting sites and you don't even know how to use this handicap betting strategy to your advantage and win regularly? Stay with me in this video as I take you through everything you need to know about handicap betting, the types of handicap betting that we have, the differences between Asian Handicap and European Handicap, and how to use this properly to your advantage to win regularly. If you are new to our YouTube channel, there is a link attached above to our previous video on handicap betting. This video actually shows us the introductory parts of handicap betting. While today, we'll be looking at wider grounds on handicap betting. My name is Ife from eaglepredicts.com, where smart punters around the world get accurate football predictions every day. Before we go into today's video, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can always get notified every time we post our betting strategies. If there are other betting markets you'd like us to talk about, kindly drop a comment below so we can do justice to them. What is handicap betting? Handicap betting, also known as point betting or line betting, is a form of betting that bookmakers use to level out the playing field between the favorites and the underdogs. The favorites being the stronger team and the underdogs being the weaker team. So in this case, the bookies give a virtual advantage to the weaker side and gives a virtual disadvantage to the stronger side in such a way that if you bet on the weaker side against the stronger side, the weaker side will have an edge against the stronger side. Handicaps are displayed in brackets after the name of the team you are betting on in a fixture. Let's say you are betting on a match between Leicester City versus Manchester City. The handicap representation will look like this. Leicester City, we have in bracket 1.5 to their name. Then Manchester City, we have in bracket minus 1.5 to their name. What does this mean? This means that Leicester City is starting the match with an advantage of 1.5 goal. 3. If you want Manchester United to win, they need to score at least 2 goals and win the match if you want your wager to win. And 4. If you are staking on Leicester City, it means that Leicester City needs to win, draw, or concede by a single goal for you to win your wager. As we said earlier, one of the most popular advantages of the handicap betting is because it helps to level the playing field between the underdog and the favorites. Now, handicap betting is also one of the most popular bets that are actually misunderstood in the betting world because many people don't understand how it's being used, how the goals are being calculated, how the forms of the teams that are involved actually affect how the bookies display their odds. Naturally, everyone knows that most of the time, the favorites in a fixture are prone to winning. Now, the help that handicap betting gives is it allows you to give the underdog an edge over the strong team. The bookies usually compare the recent forms of the stronger teams and the recent form of the underdogs to actually choose how they give out the odds on their website. Let's take for instance, if Man City is giving 1.26 odds to win against Leicester City, who are giving 4 point something odds to win. In a case where the handicap comes into play and the bookies offers it to you and Leicester City is given a 2-goal advantage before the match starts, you would notice that the odds for Leicester City to win would actually reduce and the odds for Manchester City to win would actually increase. This means that you're not putting Manchester City on the edge to win. And the bookies have actually created an even playing field. That means if you stake on Leicester City to win, Leicester only need to draw the match for them to win. But if you stake on Manchester City to win, it means you need Manchester City to score at least 3 unreplied goals for your wager to win. Now, what are the types of handicap betting we have? There are 2 major types of handicap betting. 1, the European Handicap bets, and 2, the Asian Handicap bets. Now, let us take a look at the first one, which is the European Handicap. How does the European Handicap works? Under the European Handicap, it actually gives room for 3 different outcomes, which is the home handicap, the away handicap, and the draw handicap. The European handicap actually gives room for draw option to happen, unlike the Asian handicap. Let's take an example with a match between Real Madrid and Sevilla. Real Madrid being the stronger team and Sevilla being the underdog. If you give a 2-goal advantage to Sevilla from the beginning of this match, it means that if Sevilla wins this match, your bet is won. If Sevilla draws this match, your bet is won. Your bet is only lost if Real Madrid wins the match with a goal margin of 2 goals or more. Under the European handicap, the second one is the home handicap. In this case, let's take the same example with the Real Madrid versus Sevilla's case. In this case, if you now give Real Madrid a 2-goal advantage before the start of the match, it means that if Real Madrid wins the match, your bet is won. If Real Madrid draws the match, your bet is won. You are only going to lose your bet if Sevilla, the weaker team, comes around to beat Real Madrid by a goal margin of 2 goals or more. Now, the third and final part of this European handicap is the draw handicap. For this one, let us take a look at an example with a match between Germany and San Marino. In this case, it means that you're going to give 2, 3, or 1 goal advantage to the weaker side and hope and expect that the stronger side will score the same amount of goal you have handicapped them to be able to allow the match to end in a draw. So what this means is that if you give a 3-goal advantage to San Marino at the beginning of the match, you need Germany to score exactly 3 goals for the match to end in a draw, and then you win your bet. Now, let us take a look at the second type of handicap, which is the Asian handicap. Under Asian handicap, it actually offers a lot of mathematical effects with decimals. You will see confusing figures like 0.5 plus 1.5 minus 1.05 and so on and so forth. These figures are actually not that confusing if you understand the concept of Asian handicap. To better understand this Asian handicap betting, we'll be showing an example with a fixture and also show you how all these numbers works with what the bookies offer and the best possible results you can get for each handicap categories. It is important to note that under the Asian handicap, there are no draw outcomes. A draw is regarded as a push, which means that it's either half of your stake is refunded or the totality of your stake is refunded. Now, we'll take a look at a match between Liverpool versus Chelsea, and we will be taking you through all the different categories of handicap and their decimal figures and what it means when your team wins, loses, or draws under this Asian handicap betting. Now to the next stage. If you place a bet on Liverpool with the handicap of minus 0.50, it means that if Liverpool wins the fixture, you win. If they draw the fixture, in this case, you lose. If they also lose the fixture, you lose your bet. On the other hand, if you place a bet on Liverpool with the handicap plus 0.50, it means that if Liverpool wins the match, you win your bet. If Liverpool draws the match, in this case, you still win your bet. If Liverpool loses the match, then your bet is lost. Now to the next stage, which is the handicap minus 0.75. If the team you bet on for the minus 0.75 handicap wins by 2 goals, then your bet is fully won. If the team wins by a margin of 1 goal, then you lose half of your stake and get refunded half of your stake. If the team draws the fixture, you lose your money. Also, if the team loses the fixture, you also lose your money. On the other hand, for the handicap plus 0.75, if the team you picked in this fixture wins the fixture, then your bet is won. If the team you picked in this fixture draws the fixture, your bet is still won. If the team you picked in this fixture wins by a margin of 1 goal, then you lose half of your stake and get half of your stake refunded. If the team you picked in this fixture loses by a 2-goal margin, then your stake is completely lost. Now for the next one, which is the handicap minus 1. If the team you picked wins the fixture, then you win. If the team you picked win by just 1 goal margin, then the totality of your stake is refunded. If the team loses the match, your bet is lost. If the team draws the match, your bet is lost. Now for the handicap plus 1.0. If the team you pick in this fixture wins, your bet is won. If the team you pick in this fixture draws, your bet is still won. If they lose by a 1 goal margin, then your stake is completely refunded. But if they lose by a 2 goal margin or more goals, your stake is completely lost. On to the next one, which is the minus 1.25. If the team you picked wins by 2 goals or more, you have won your bet. If the team you pick wins by a margin of 1 goal, it means that half of your stake will be refunded and half will be lost. If the team you pick loses, then your stake is lost. If the team you pick draws the fixture, your stake is also lost. Now, for the handicap plus 1.25. If the team you picked in this fixture wins, then your game is won. If the team you picked in this fixture draws the fixture, your game is still won. If the team loses the match by a 1 goal margin, you still win. But if they lose the match by a 2 goal margin, then your bet is lost. Now, for the handicap minus 1.50. If the team you pick in this fixture wins by 2 goals or more, your bet is won. If they win by a 1 goal margin, your bet is lost. If they draw, your bet is lost. And if they also lose, your bet is lost. Now for the handicap plus 1.50. In this case, if the team you picked wins the fixture, you win your bet. If the team you picked draws the fixture, you still win your bet. If the team loses by a 1 goal margin, you still win your bet. But when they lose by a 2 goal margin, then you lose your bet. Now, let's go to the handicap of minus 1.75. If the team you pick in this case wins by a 3 goal margin, then your bet is won. If the team wins by a 2 goal margin, then half of your stake is lost and half will be refunded. If they lose by a 1 goal margin, your stake is lost. If they draw, your stake is lost. If they lose the match by any goal margin, your stake is still lost. Now, for the handicap plus 1.75. If the team you picked in this fixture wins the fixture, your bet is won. If they draw the fixture, your bet is won. If the team loses the fixture by a 1 goal margin, your bet is still won. If they lose the match by a 2 goal margin, half of your stake will be refunded and half would be lost. But if they lose by a 3 goal margin or more goals, that means your total stake is lost. Now for the final category, which is the minus 2 and plus 2 handicap category. For the minus 2 category, we also have similar outcomes. For the minus 2.0 handicap, if the team you pick wins by 3 or more goals, then your bet is won. If the team wins by 2 goal margin, your stake is completely refunded. If they lose by a 1 goal margin, your stake is lost. If they draw, your stake is lost. If they lose by any number or margin of goals, your stake is still lost. And finally, the plus 2.0 handicap category. If the team you pick in this plus 2.0 handicap, if they win the match, you win. If the team draws the match, you win. If the team loses the fixture by a 1 goal margin, you still win. If the team loses the fixture by a 2 goal margin, your stake is completely refunded. But if they lose the fixture by a 3 goal margin, then your stake is lost. You will agree with me that the Asian handicap betting is more cumbersome and more complex compared to the European handicap betting. But not to worry yourself. If you take your time out to sit back, relax, and study the table that we just showed you, you will actually be well informed and be ready to use the Asian handicap betting in your next bet. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that you have learned a thing or two from this video and how the Asian and the European betting market works. All the scenarios that you need to know about how the Asian and the European betting market works and how they can put you at the risk of losing your money or being at the winning front. If there are any other betting options you like us to talk about and educate you on, kindly leave a comment below so we can do justice to them. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can always get first-hand information every time we post our betting strategies and our betting tips. Visit our website at eaglepredict.com. And do not forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Eagle Predicts. Remember, with Eagle Predict, you can bet with confidence.